Hello, this is Anna V, and I didn't do a video last week because I was on vacation with my family, and I meant to do actually 2 videos while I was out there, and I did no videos, so I was on vacation, guys. And the week just went so fast. Like, I feel like every day I was like, what day is it? Because it just really went really quickly. But I'm thankful we got to go away. It was a great vacation. It was great. I wanted to talk today about being proactive in achieving your goals. I think that some of us are really good at that and some of us are not. And all of us have that thing inside of us that wants us to be good at it or to at least try. And I think when we're not proactive, it affects us. Like, it affects us physically or mentally, psychologically, spiritually. It affects us because as human beings, we're just meant to be great. Every human being is meant to be great. It's that desire that you have in you. And everyone is able to do something very well. I have a lovely cousin that I love so much. I love my family. And she's really good at doing hair. Like, really, really good. And she taught herself. And that is something that is like, wow, because I would not be able to do not even a little bit of what she does. And I think that that is the truth with every human being. There's something that you do that's really great that only you really can do it. So I want to encourage you to be proactive in your life to attain that goal, to make that happen, to take steps towards it. And it is going to be hard. I have a lot of goals that I'm attaining. I have a big one on me right now. And it is hard, and you're going to have to give yourself time to achieve it because it's going to take time, and you just have to know that from the beginning. Every goal is going to take time. But also be prayerful because God is a God who's able to who's outside of time. So he doesn't care about time. Time to him is irrelevant. I encourage you to be prayerful, to allow God to help you to use the time wisely and to shorten the time or make great use of the time so you don't feel like quitting while you're trying to get your life. And I particularly wanted to speak to my Christian single adults because I'm having an event coming up, and we've had good numbers at our last event, and at some of our events we've had good numbers, some not so much. But none of the events have I felt like, oh my gosh. And I think that for what we're doing, we should have those OMG numbers because this is a real issue in the world right now. Like, that's why I personally think that singleness, that is a bit of an epidemic going on with it right now. Because people are single longer today than before. And it's a problem that is affecting the world and the secular world and the Christian world. And I personally feel like when you have a problem that's affecting both worlds, it's a huge problem because usually Christians have different problems than non-Christians. We have our own issues going on. It's affecting both, like I spoke actually to 2 sets of friends in the last few weekends, and a lot of issues, same Christian friends, non-Christian friends, a lot of the same issues. So I created Love Divine, which is my small business, to be part of the solution, and not the solution that you're going to come to Love Divine and you're going to meet somebody. That's totally possible. But at least that you come to Love Divine and you open yourself up to being with the opposite sex, to meeting people of the opposite sex, to meeting someone for purposes that have nothing to do with ministry, nothing to do with work, nothing to do with any business of any sort, that you're just there to have fun and meet people. And we have an upcoming event, and I'm really hoping to have those OMG numbers for this event. We're going to be in Central Park, and there's plenty of space. So we can fill that park up with however many people come. And going back to my initial of being a go-getter and getting things done in your life, like, I have heard my Christian sisters, I could speak more from a women's perspective than men because I don't really talk to men about this in my church. I know one of the women that I spoke to at one point, she was like that she's actually had many depressions because she's a woman and she doesn't have children and she's not in a relationship. Like, she doesn't know when that's happening for her. And to me, if you're if you're hurting to that point that it's like a mini depression, that something is really breaking inside of you, don't you think that God wants to give that to you? Don't you think that God wants you to be a mom if it's that serious for you? So what are you doing to attain that? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to go out on dates? Are you willing to meet a guy for romantic purposes, for purposes, like I said, outside of business? And I find that too many of us women in church are like, and guys too, like you're kind of just waiting for God to make it happen. And the same way we wake up and get dressed and take showers and brush our teeth, and we do that, God does not send an angel to like brush our teeth and, put clothes on us. It's the same way that you need to be proactive in that area of your life as well. And as you get older, you have to be more and more proactive, because when you're younger, you're in school, you're meeting 100 people a day, your friend level is really high. But as you get older, all of that like goes down. You're not in school, you're at work. Sometimes it's not even appropriate to date people from work. So you have to be more proactive in attaining partnership or in dating. And I personally believe that if you want something, that God wants it for you, if it's a good thing. So if you want to be in a relationship, God wants you to be in a relationship. So what are you doing for that to happen? If you want to be a parent, God wants you to be a parent. And I am not encouraging fornication or anything outside of marriage. I'm encouraging you to be godly and to use your biblical principles to attain your goals, and not to just year after year be on hold and be waiting on God. God is waiting for you too. In every other area of our lives, I feel like we get this and we understand. But when it comes to dating, I don't know. We just think like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like at a loss for words. Like that it's just gonna fall from the sky. That God is gonna put him in the room and you're both gonna open your eyes at the same time and look at each other, and it's gonna be like, wow, that's my Adam, that's my Eve. And that could happen. God could do whatever he wants. For the rest of us, like real talk, there's things that you can do. Just number one that I always tell people is to be open. Like if someone asks you out and you're equally yoked, why not? You don't have to make it a 5-hour date. You could go out for a 30-minute date, a 45-minute date. You can't give somebody 45 minutes of your life that could potentially be a life partner. Then you maybe are not ready to meet somebody. It doesn't matter about attraction, because we don't know what we want. I've heard many couples say, I would have never thought I would have been with him. He was not my type. I would have never thought I would have been with her. She was not my type. So we don't know what we want. We just think we know what we want. I want to just close with that. Like, it's your life. You're a wonderful person, loved by God. Make goals and take steps to achieve those goals, whatever the goal is. But especially if you're a Christian single adult, I encourage you to come to the event and to go to Christian single events and to just be out there. You're not thirsty if you're doing that. You're being proactive in your life. I mean, I wish I knew statistics, but I don't. A lot of people are single right now, and it's not because there's not good people out there or because you haven't met the right person yet. Like, yeah, you haven't met the right person, but are you setting yourself up to meet the right person? Are you open to meeting the right person? Are you doing anything different? I know one person in my life right now that I was like, wow, I would love to hook them up. I like to hook people up. And I don't know who or what I would hook them up with, because I don't feel like they're really that open to seeing someone for romantic purposes. I don't feel that from them. I feel they want it for marriage, camaraderie, and children. But I don't feel like they are willing to take the steps to get to that level. And of course, me myself, I'm a Christian single adult, so I also have to do these things myself. And it can be great, it can be terrible as well. But God is God, and if you continually pray as you go, God is going to show you things, and He's going to help you, and He's going to heal you also when you go through and it doesn't work out as you thought. He's going to be there with you. You're not going to go through it alone. My conclusion is to not let life pass you by. Life is so beautiful and there are many opportunities for us to do many wonderful things. Are you open to those things? Are you taking steps to attain your goals? And are you celebrating as you go as well? I didn't really talk about that, but celebrate yourself. You know, sometimes that's a celebration party of one, but at least make it a party of two, because you want to have someone there to celebrate you with you. Celebrate your steps. It doesn't have to be that you attained the goal. It could just be that you took one step today, that you finished completing your resume for the job of your dreams, that you took time in the afternoon to look for the job, that you took time to fix your hair, that you know, like whatever it is that you're doing to be a better you, that you really can celebrate yourself as you do that, because it takes work to change. It takes work to become a better person, and we are all becoming better people, but it's up to you as to how your life is going to be. And I'm speaking from my experience, because I thought I was being a go-getter. I thought I was like, you know, achieving my goals, and I have achieved great things. But there are also areas in my life that I haven't achieved it. And I have to be honest that I wasn't doing what I had to do to achieve it. And now I'm once again setting goals and taking steps to once again try to achieve those goals. So this is Anna V. I will leave it here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. And I will talk hopefully soon. That's it. Be blessed. Hopefully I'll see you on August 6th. Otherwise, I'll see you here. Thank you for watching.